Hello everyone, Manithral here, and welcome to OSRS Weekly Update video. Now this week we see new client features, Milestone 2, and the good news is there's very little issues and hotfixes that actually have already been fixed, so there's actually no more need to worry. But the issue was that they received reports that some Calfight or KC tasks aren't auto-completing. Kill count. I don't know why I wanted to say Calfight. But that has been resolved, so keep that in mind. The new client features Milestone 2 is something they introduced back in June, but today they are delighted to announce the number of new features that are heading into the game. So, as a reminder, these features can currently only be used on the C++ client through Steam, so they are still working on bringing them to mobile, so stay tuned for that. So this is going to be coming to mobile, but currently it is on PC. Settings menu reorganization. So as you can see here in these images, a little bit more fluid, but also keeping the old original OG kind of style. There's also agility helpers. So training agility has gotten a little bit smoother with this update. They've indicated visual identifiers for obstacle courses across Gillinor, including the new Shazen course, of course, along with your path through the course. Any marks of grace will be highlighted. This setting will be off on default, so just remember to turn it on if you wish to do so. The full list of courses are the Gnome Stronghold, Draenor, Alcarid, Varrock, Kenefis, Falador, Sears Village, Polnovich, Relica, Ardone, Profundus, Wilderness, Skullball, Werewolf, Agility Pyramid, Apatol, Barbarian Outpost, Brimhaven Agility Arena, Penguin Course, and Shizen. And if you're in a hurry, they've also added the option to highlight many shortcuts within the agility skill guide. Again, this is off by default, in case you don't want to break, the immersion, if you will. The info box, however, though, is on by default, so keep that in mind. The info box that will be displayed, the name of the course, it'll track the number of laps you've completed, your laps per hour, and number of laps needed to your next agility level. So that's on by default, but that is up to you if you want to turn it off. Draw distance is getting a little bit of an overhaul. So as you can see here, you have the regular, what you're used to. And then you have this one right here, which is much a greater draw distance, if you will. There's also a mini-map improvement, as you can see right here. So now you can zoom in and out on your mini-map, so that's actually kind of handy. And trust me, coming from RS3 primarily, being able to zoom in and out on your mini-map can help you in some odd times. But what if you don't like the mini-map? Well, here's what you can do. You can actually close out the mini-map. In the resizable mode, you can now right-click on the globe icon and minimize it. Just, if you get lost, that's your fault. There is tile indicators, so they'll be bringing 3 new types of tile indicators, which can be found within the new activity section of the settings menu. So each of these new indicators can be given different colors as you so choose, and their default setting is off. Blue is current tile, green is target tile, and red is hovered over tile. So it's up to you. If you want to have it on, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. And if you want different colors, you can have different colors of your choice. So the buff bar is also getting a little bit of a change too. You will actually have your ammo being displayed. That's a lot of ammo right there for that picture. But I'm not sure what the difference in the pictures are, other than they're holding the weapon and the other one they're not. I think there might be something that... Oh, okay, I see here. It says right here in the bottom left, you actually see 999 plus, and this shows the 999 plus as well with the blow dart gun. So stuff to keep in mind. And then extras, there is a stat booster timer will now appear instantly if their boost active when logging into the game. So as you can see, boom, boom, right here, you get your stat boosts. And UI scaling has become more flexible too, so now you can choose between the nearest neighbor and linear and bicubic filtering. So keep that in mind. Feedback. So of course, they want to get our feedback on this, so if there's anything you do or don't like about these changes, feel free to go ahead and give your feedback on it. Combat achievements. So, they're continuing to refine the combat achievement experience. This week's tweaks are, as long as it's bounced to another player, the perfect Verzik task will no longer fail if you take damage from Verzik's green ball attack. The RPG will now count as a melee weapon for completing combat achievement tasks. The fight caves will now save progress correctly upon logging out in relation to complete combat achievement tasks. The counter page of your player-owned house achievement log will now display on a different scroll, ensuring that high-level achievers can see their stats too. Nightmare tasks should be now working as intended. Performing the Scythe plus Serpo combo will once again have a 100% chance to poison the purple crab in the Theater of Blood. They also adjusted some task difficulty tiers. Sleep Tight moved from Master to Elite, and Nightmare Solo Speed Trialist moved from Elite to Master. And following some feedback, they tweaked some of the kill count tasks. So, Bryofit and Ubar went from 10 to 5. Callisto, Venetus, sorry, and Vention, those went from 150 to 100. Cerberus 250 to 150, 500 to 250, Alchemical Hydra 250 to 150, and 500 to 250. Corporal Beast 100 to 50 and 250 to 150. Zora 250 to 150 and Zora 500 to 250. The Corrupted Gauntlet 50 to 10, 100 to 50, 200 to 150, and Defeat Gauntlet 50 times has actually moved up to 100. And the Theater of Blood poll 75 changes, so there has been a filter added to the Theater of Blood party board to help you better find your friends and clanmates. Just so you know if you want to group up with clanmates or friends. PvP World Rota has changed to period B, so it is now 560 UK PvP World, 579 US high risk PvP World, 561 UK free to play PvP World, 580 US LMS competitive. Merch, don't forget to check out the merch. There's always cool key rings, pins, you name it. Angelscapes does an amazing job, as well as just the RS community group as well. And in other news, the Sinister Offering spell can now be performed without interrupting your actions. Story mode has been renamed to Entry mode, and the Combat Achievements menu, Collection log, and Theater of Blood scoreboard. A typo within a Night at the Theater dialogue has been fixed. A grammatical error in the description for the Combat Achievement Shizen Protector has been fixed. Also, it is worth mentioning Deadman Reborn. So, Deadman is coming back. So, what is Deadman? Deadman is an intense PvP player versus player survival game mode for OSRS with high risk and serious rewards. It's not for the faint-hearted, basically. It's frenetic, frustrating, and thrilling to equal measures. Your wits of prowess will be tested, so keep that in mind. Speaking of action, with a few exceptions, PvP combat is enabled everywhere. So that's something that they kind of keep in mind. During this, though, on Deadman Worlds, you'll benefit from a few perks, which is a greatly accelerated XP rates. Certain quests automatically complete upon reaching various milestones. item drop modifiers, access to unique drop tables and items not available in the main game, improved shop restock rates, sigils, think relics from leagues and tailored specific to Deadman. They will be coming back on this. And if you make it all the way to the finale and you are crowned victor of it, you can win 32 grand. That is absolutely pretty freaking sweet. But however, there is the so here's a little bit more of the deep dive. The safe zones are as follows: Barbarian Assault inside the mini game only, Catherby Bank only, East Ardo and Falador. This hit, yea it's so, town area only, Lumbridge, nay it's not, town area only, Port Phasmitis, Relica, Sears Village Bank only, Sophanum, Trinum, Stronghold, Tutorial Island, Varrock, and Void Knight's Outpost. So that's something to keep in mind. Sculling, bank keys, and safe deposit boxes. You know, these are all going to be kind of useful to actually kind of use these. There is going to be a much more, like I said, of this stuff coming up in the future. And you can only place single items within the safe deposit box, and not stacks of items. For example, 10 rune arrows will count as 10 items. So, right here in the picture, you got the tinder box, a sword, a hatchet, a shield, a net, a pickaxe, and then 4 arrow runes, and it's full. That's it. There is a 3 life system. So this new approach should amplify the nail-biting survival aspect of it. So it's basically just like, you know, if you were to play hardcore, if you die, you lose a life, and you can only die up to 3 times. So keep that in mind. Well, you have 3 lives to do it, so yeah, you can only die up to 3 times. Should you lose your final life in PvP, the contents of your safety deposit box, plus the remaining most valuable banked items, up to 28, will instead go to the PKer, so keep that up. There is no XP loss on death until your last life has been lost. Losing your last life has consequences, so it's not quite as punishing as hardcore. So stay alert when leaving safe zones. So if you lose your last life, you respawn with fresh supplies of lives, but you have all attuned and unattuned relics are now lost. You are presented with a new tier 2 sigil to choose from below. Combat XP is fully reset. All items within your bank and safety deposit box are wiped. 10% of all skill experience is lost. Quest progress is not reset. Whatever your quests complete during the season will stay done permanently. So that's actually kind of nice, that last one. The combat level worlds, so the following combat level bracket worlds will be available. You'll have level 3 through 35, 36 through 70, 71 through 100, and 101 through 126. Obviously, you always want to be at the top of that chain, but of course you have to go up to the next level though. Having too high or low of a combat level will prevent you from joining the world. You'll only be able to play on the world you have correct combat level for. This means you need to be smart about trading with other players. While the Grand Exchange will be shared across all worlds, you won't be able to trade with other players unless they're able to log into the same combat level bracket world as you. So that's kind of something to kind of keep in mind, guys. There's a lot more here to go over, but I'll let you guys go into that a little bit. If you guys do want a complete rundown, I will do a video just on Deadman mode. Because I feel like this is something that I should do in a complete video on if you guys so are interested. So let me know if you guys are interested in hearing all the details, because there's definitely so much more. But that'll do it for this video though, guys, so thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, later guys.